man has his own thinking of what society should look like. Under normal circumstances, society should be a place where everybody is comfortable. But unfortunately, we have a world that is being created around the idea that if you are not able to create your own, comfort, then nobody seems to care. I'm driven by the fact that society needs to be changed. I mean, and the people need to be the actors of that change. I come from a society that has been left for far too long to decay in terms of the developmental state of the people. I come from Garu, where, growing up 20 years ago, we didn't have a road, and today, 20 years down the line, we still don't have a road. I come from a Garu where for 20 years there are places that have not seen light, there are children that have not received medical care. 20 years down the line, they still don't have medical care. I come from Garu where the young people are struggling to get a job after their schools. I come from a community where there is no developmental plan, there's no blueprint to say that in 10-20 years time, this is where we want to be. And so I'm motivated to be that actor of change, to facilitate the rate at which development should come to the people of Garu. And so...
Okay, Garu is, this Garu seat is held by your party. 20 years of no development. What does that say about the sitting MP, and in fact, by extension, your own party?
I mean, to say about the MP, it's just saying little. I mean, the reason is that what I have to say is not different from what the people of Garu have said in the past. The people of Garu have believed in the ideals of the NDC, and so they have known no party but the NDC, hence they will continue to support. This is what we call party loyalty. In their quest to keep that loyalty to the party, it is unfortunate that one man has held the region, I mean the constituency, and made it an institution on its own. But the people have revolted in a number of ways. From 2000, you will realize that we have always won with margins in the thousands. And from 2000 to 2012, every 4 years, the margin has constantly reduced. To whereby in 2012, we just had the MP win by a simple 500 votes, whereas in the president won 7,000 votes. That should tell you that the people are tired and they are communicating something to the party. We will not wait for the people to communicate it to the party by word of mouth, but by word of their tongue. And by word of their tongue means that they now have an opportunity for not just the delegates where it used to be 9-9 in the polling stations to vote, where a certain MP can easily buy the 9-9. It is now a wider voting block, which means that the people of Garu can now choose in a very fair manner somebody to replace. The expansion of the electoral college is a simple message to the people of Garu that it is time to change your MP. And this is exactly what we are expecting today.
Okay, so you've outlined a number of areas that you want to attack, so to speak, when you are elected. Let me ask you, what will be your first 3 priority areas once you win the seat?
I think that I will not be able to do anything in Garu if I do not understand the people. And I would let the people drive the change. I want the people to come together in a town hall manner and discuss and set priorities. And based on that setting of priorities, we will move the community forward. How do they set their priorities? When they interact, they will be able to know where they run shortfall. When they interact, they'll be able to come out with a working document, what we will call the Garu blueprint. When you have the blueprint that will inculcate into it the schools, if there's the need for schools, hospitals if there's the need, training if there's the need, sports development if there's the need. Whatever it's needed by the people of Garu will be communicated in that blueprint, such that when we start to develop Garu, then we don't end any other regime comes, knows that he's working with a blueprint that the people of Garu have adopted. This is my beginning. And
but what have you actually identified as the most important areas to deal with? Priority areas?
There are 4 priority areas that I've identified. One of them is the area of health. I think that the area of health needs to be enhanced. Service providers in the health, including nurses, needs to be made comfortable and need to be motivated to stay in the constituency to be able to serve the people better. Another area that I've identified is the area of education. The area of education is very critical. They said that the mind is idle when you don't find anything for it. In the same way, if you don't find the right tune for the minds of young people, then you will not be able to get a better development for them. I think education is very key. And I am very confident that when we are able to educate a lot more people, I mean the youth, and develop their talent, we will be positioning Garu to a higher place. The third thing that I've looked at is agriculture. Mostly the people are farmers, and so we need to find a way that we will make farming easy. We need to find a way that their sweat after cultivation will not go waste, that they will reap what they have just sown. And then we will need to find a way that when we are trying to bring together the food basket, I mean the agriculture proceeds, we should be thinking of how to process it further to be able to develop something called a corporate market for the people of Garu. The fourth thing that I want to actually look at very critically is the infrastructure development. We're talking about a community that so many areas have no light. We're talking about a community where there is no good road to their place from Baku, the same road we have seen all the years. It used to take you less than 30 minutes to get to Garu from Baku. Now it takes you almost an hour and 30 minutes. That tells you that something is wrong. So infrastructure-wise, we need to develop. We need to create an infrastructure where young people can walk in and say, this is a library, this is a books, this is a computer lab, we read and then research. When we research, there's a business development center. Let's go and then build our businesses from that angle. So we need a lot of things that's going to happen. But these are the 4 areas that I have identified.
Awesome. So you have lived in the United States, you've had education in the United States. What is the one single most important thing that you would take from the diaspora back to your people back in Garu?
I think that when the diaspora are out here, when the people of various countries are out here, they are more united than ever. It is one thing I want to take back, the unity that exists here. I also want to take back the level of connections and network. You know, I've lived here for 7 years. And I'm very confident that in 7 years, if I've had nothing at all, I have been able to network with my peers. I've been able to network with Ghanaians. I've been able to network with investors. I've been able to network with social development actors. This is what, if you come from a developing country, you need. You need that connect of Ghanaian, persons who can do better when they get home. And you need that connect with investors, you need that connect with NGOs, you need that connect with philanthropists, such that when you go back home, you'll be able to say, okay, I identify with this person who can solve this problem that the people of Garu have. And then it comes to play. So of course, I do respect the relationships that I have built in the US, the diaspora, and believe that the same way as the diaspora contribute majority of what Africa earns will be what will translate when I win my elections.
What essentially is your advantage over Azumah Azimbe in this race?
Azumah is the old politician. He knows the tricks that he will always get to win. But today it's a new technique. Today it's the youth. Voting lies in the hands of the youth. I am a young person. I am the youngest. I want to send a message to Azumah that I respect him because he has been in the seat for 20 years. But I think it is time he bows down. He has kids who are my age. And I think that his kids cannot send him on errands. He has to send the kids on errands. As a son, I expect him to send me and not me sending him. He sends me and gives us the guidance and tell us what road to follow. And then we will follow it and come back. I think that Azumah has been there for too long. I also think that his length has actually disadvantaged us in a way, because he's not been, he's not been able to be made a minister for 20 years, and I think it is wrong. If you are in such a position, you should be able to at least use your position to lobby, to be able to get more for the community. 20 years you should have been at the top of the game, and to give the people what they deserve, at least signals of hope for a better future. And so I sent a message to him and said that I am a son. I want him to send me, and I will go on the errand. To the DC, who is also my contestant, fellow contestant, I said, look, you have had the opportunity to be DC. The president gave you a 4-year mandate. You did 2.5. You have decided to join the race. It is two things. Whether it's either you've been incompetent to finish your job, or you think that you are better off than what the president has seen in you. But I'm saying to him, let's not be greedy. There's a national cake. Being a DC, you can do a lot. You've had the opportunity, you should use it to do it. But again, it's a competition, and we are all in it. And I think that the belief that the young people have in me for a new leadership in young people, I'm the person and I'm the man. Moses, I can do it. That's why my name suggests Kanduri, and I can do it.